Hey everyone, welcome to this new moon Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the new moon on August 30th, Friday, August 30th of 2019. All right, so a time of new beginnings, a fresh new start in the constellation of Leo. If you're expecting me to say Virgo just then, be sure to check out the link down below for more information. We are using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so new moon in Leo, great time of cultivating essentially our passions in life. What are we passionate about? What are we proud of? And getting into that expressive, creative, and fun-loving side of ourself with this lunar cycle. Now, with this new moon, it's activating every single planet in the sky. We have conjunctions with Mars, Venus, and Mercury. So maybe new beginnings with independence, maybe with our values and relationships, maybe with our perspective on things. We have a grand trine with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, as well as Uranus. So there could be some stability coming in with the structures that have been transforming this year, maybe a sense of freedom and change with Uranus, and a T-square with the square between Neptune and Jupiter this year. So good to balance this new beginning with maybe a bit of presence and acceptance, surrendering what's outside of our control, and just balancing a bit of the more imaginative and spiritual energies and optimistic energies with that T-square. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here is the chart for the new moon. Here is the sun and moon conjunction, the new moon. Here's the constellation of Leo. Here's Mercury, Venus, and Mars. We're all very close together in what's called a stellium here in the same constellation. And activating every single planet, which we'll talk about. Now, again, we are using the actual size of the constellations. As you can see here, they are uneven sizes. So if you are new to true sidereal astrology, be sure to check out that link down below for more information. All right, so new moon in creative and expressive Leo. Leo the lion is essentially about cultivating the things that we're passionate about, cultivating the things that we're proud of, the things that we've created in life, right? And getting into that fire energy. So this is the most subtle time of the lunar month. It's the lowest energy. It's going to be a slow development as we go through the month with this energy. But around this Friday, I think it's a great time to just do a bit of a reset, a fresh new start, and maybe start to see how we can further develop this side of ourself, our expressive side, our fun-loving side, playful, creative, getting into this fire energy with Leo. Now, with all these planets conjunct, again, there's probably going to be new beginnings across many areas of our life. Another way of looking at it is that, these yearly aspects we've had, like Jupiter squaring Neptune and Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the trine to Uranus and all this, these are all getting activated with the new moon. So the most important thing to look at is first the conjunctions. And in this case, we have a conjunction with Mercury, Mars, and Venus. So in the case of Mercury, there could be some new beginnings with perspective, how we're communicating, perhaps, how we're expressing ourselves. It's an excellent time to set new intentions with communication, with how we're thinking about things, with our practical side, especially if we can, again, invoke that more fire, passionate, expressive, creative energy. What do we find fun, enjoyable, this kind of stuff. Now with Venus, there could be a new beginning with our values and with relationships. So maybe sitting with the new moon, asking ourselves, what are our values? What do we enjoy in life? What are some maybe new intentions we can set in the relationship area? For some of us, there could be some new beginnings in the relationship area with this new moon. So great to sit with that energy as well. Now, Mars, the planet of our assertiveness and our independence, is also getting this new moon energy. And so maybe a new beginning with our sense of self, confidence, courage, perhaps. Great to at least set intentions with this stuff. Set intentions with where we can take action and initiative in our life and move some energy forward, right? So getting into that fire side of things. And again, more than likely, the way we'll be doing that is in that Leo expressive way. All right, so this is the most important side to the new moon, but we do have these other aspects. First off, with the grand trine, we do have a grand trine up to Saturn and Pluto in the south node, who've been very close to each other this year. And so there's a supportive element with the trine. And in this case, it could be supportive to the structures that have been transforming and changing in our lives this year. With Saturn and Pluto and the South Node next to each other, there's likely been this transformation to our structures, to the things that we've maybe built before, but now are getting retransformed. And so this is very supportive in this new moon in the sense that we might be feeling quite empowered with a trine to Pluto, a willingness to transform and change our structures and things in life. With Saturn, yet feeling quite grounded and maybe willing to take the long-term perspective with these new beginnings, right? So very supportive there from that side. And with these planets in Sagittarius, this could have to do with any potentials we've been seeing or wanting to build this year. Now, the trine to Uranus, who's recently entered into Sidereal Aries here, is suggesting there is this supportive element for more of this freedom of individuality. If this year there's been anything that you felt a little bit more free with, you've been maybe creating some changes with that feel a bit liberating, maybe unorthodox or outside of the norm of what you're used to, this energy is also supportive with the new beginnings. We could be feeling a bit free, a bit progressive, innovative, willing to disrupt things, willing to disrupt our own status quo and our beliefs and things. And this can really invoke a bit more of that fire energy. And in this case, the fire energy of Aries of independence and of our needs and desires, which is getting this revolutionary energy with Uranus. All right, so that's the grand trine, very supportive there. But we also do have a T-square, and it is involving an opposition up to Neptune and a square up to Jupiter. So both of these planets do deal with sometimes a bit of escape or in this case with square to Jupiter, maybe feeling a bit of a over-optimism sometimes or maybe under-optimism. Just a bit of a pendulum swing with the potentials, and with Neptune maybe with wanting to hide away or escape or something involving imagination or hope or dreams. So with these elements of possibility with Jupiter and let's say imagination or hope with Neptune, it is good to maintain balance. Okay, with the square to Jupiter, this actually comes across usually quite positive, And in this case, yes, listen to those inspirations, listen to those potentials. Be aware of what you could be optimistic about. But in the square, it does require the action. We do want to ground it. We want to set intentions with it. We want to work towards it. And in that way, it becomes very, very constructive. Squares to Jupiter can certainly be that this whole new cycle is starting this constructive approach to any potentials that we may be seeing. Now, with the opposition to Neptune, it's just good to maintain balance while we're cultivating this fire energy of self-expression, etc., creativity, our passions, whatever our passions are. It is good to maintain balance with receptivity. Surrendering what's outside of our control, being present, being observant if there is aspects of the mind that do want to escape or hide away or go to any extremes with Neptune energy. And in that way, it becomes more balanced. So if there's not enough Neptune, if there's not enough acceptance or peace or rest in your life, maybe bring in some of that into the picture. Or if there's too much escape, hiding away, again, kind of balancing that out with awareness, and then also, again, cultivating more of the fire stuff through action, initiative, creativity, self-expression, all of this Leo stuff. All right, everyone, so that is the new moon in a nutshell. Very important new moon, I would say, in the yearly sense because it's activating all of the planets. And and in this case, a new beginning, both for this lunar month. A lot of these things that start to shape up now, we'll see some harvest with in about 2 weeks. But a lot of these things are also dealing with the solar cycle. So new beginnings now could be shaping up in about 6 months. So with the new moon, great time to set intentions both for the month and for the year. Slowly as we get into the weekend, just seeing what new is shaping up. This is a very early phase of the cycle. It's very subtle, and we slowly start to build it as we go through the lunar month there. All right, so here's the aspects for those who do want to see. The new moon will be at 5:06 a.m. Eastern time of the Americas. If you do want to make that calculation for wherever you are in the world, again, this will be for Friday, August 30th. But of course, we'll feel it the surrounding days, and this video is for the surrounding days. As we approach Friday, it really is the ending phase of the previous lunar cycle. So it will be good to maybe do some clearing, maybe finalize some things, It does favor more spiritual and releasing kind of energy to create space for the new beginnings. And then as we get into Friday and the weekend, again, probably noticing this fresh new start with this expressive Leo energy. And we do have the Sun trine Uranus going exact with this, so that whole liberation stuff I was talking about freedom and change and unorthodoxy, it actually could be a very good couple days here, Thursday and Friday for that, when the Sun goes exact with the trine to Uranus there. All right, everyone, so that is the new moon in a nutshell. Again, most important thing is a new beginning with expressive Leo, the lion. It's the side of ourself that is passionate about things, is expressive about those passions, wants to give and share that passion, wants fun, playfulness, creativity. And of course, this will all be in different areas of our chart. So down below in the comment section, I will put which house this is for each of your sidereal signs. You can check that out for your sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant sign. And if you do look at all three of those, that'll give you a more unique, well-rounded perspective of what these new beginnings are for you personally. All right, so everyone have a fantastic new moon. Thank you again for watching and all of your support with this channel. If you haven't yet, be sure to click that like button, and I will see you all next time for the next daily video. Take care.